Good morning. Welcome to Unity Spiritual Center, Denver. My name is David Howard, and it is my pleasure to welcome you this morning. Wasn't that an amazing prelude? We have Martha Yordi on piano. We have a guest bass player today, Eli Acosta, and of course our wonderful Nick Genoyek. I think I said it right this time. Nick, I apologize if I didn't, but we have a wonderful musicians and we are so blessed. So thank you again for being with us today, wherever you are in the world, wherever you are on your spiritual journey, wherever you are on your personal journey, you are welcome here. and part of this spiritual community. And again, hopefully one day, very soon, we're going to open our doors and invite you in to feel the energy of this beautiful space. So I invite you now to say with me our creed, which is, our God is love, our race is human, our faith is oneness. So the reading I want to share with you this morning is something that a friend of mine from Texas shared with me recently after a Sunday service. She messaged me and she told me how much she appreciated the Sunday service, and then she shared this with me. And I also share it in my blog post this week. Your gifts are for the world. Your gifts are your seeds that you plant into the world and grow and build the world so you can leave a legacy. Your gifts are your currency. Take them and plant them into the rich soil of the earth and see them spread out into the atmosphere and to all the people. They are your special talents, things you have to offer, what you are good at, your ideas, your prosperity, your areas of creation, and the created products. They are for both you and the world. The world needs your contribution, and the world is waiting and continues to wait for your gifts. There are people waiting for your gifts, and they are intended to receive what you are and what you have to give. Wake up and give. Now I invite you to join Stephanie in singing Surely the Presence as we lead into a time of prayer.
Surely the presence of love is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place.
So I invite you, wherever you are, if you are comfortable doing so, to just close your eyes, closing out your attention on the outer world. And with a deep breath, bring all of your awareness and your intention within. Allow the breath to draw your awareness deep into your center, deep into your spiritual heart. Right there, in the very center of your being, awaken in this moment to that spark of the divine that is living as you. Your I am, your soul, your Christ, your essence. That which is the eternal aspect of that which you are and that which you came into this world to express and to give and to share. And as you center your awareness there, know that you are that divine life expressing right here and right now. And allow yourself to feel the radiance of that light, that spark. And allow yourself to breathe into that and feel that light just radiating throughout your entire being, awakening every cell of your body, inspiring every thought in your mind, harmonizing every aspect of your feeling nature. As you allow yourself to come into the awareness of that which is the truth of you. And as you come into the awareness of it, claim it for yourself. I am that. I am. I am the expression of the divine. I am divine love. I am unconditional love. I am unbounded joy. I am the peace that passes all human understanding. I am abundance beyond measure. I am all the ideas that I associate with that divine life. Claim it now. I am wholeness. And as you claim it for yourself, know that it is the truth, not only for you, but for everyone. Each one is alive with the life of God that is living in its perfection in each and every being. And as we choose to see it, as we choose to truly behold that divine life in all, we assist each one in remembering that truth for themselves, lifting them up in consciousness, lifting them up in physical health and wholeness, lifting them up in their prosperity, lifting them up in the realization of who they truly are. And together we especially hold those who are on our hearts and minds. We especially hold those who are been impacted or being impacted by the natural disasters that are occurring in our country and certainly around the world. The fires and the storms and the hurricanes and those who are in harm's way. We hold them in our hearts. We hold them in love. And we support them in knowing their truth, being divinely guided for what is theirs to do for their own protection and their own safety and well-being. We know that divine life is living itself in each one, and each one is aware of that life, inspiring every word, every thought, every action. We behold this truth, we know this truth, we claim this truth, not only for ourselves, for each other, and for all humanity. And we celebrate this truth. And as we open ourselves to allow it to manifest, we know it is so, and we allow it to be, and so it is. Amen.
It's in every one of us to be wise. Find your heart and open up your eyes. We can all know everything without ever knowing why. It's in every one of us by and by. It's in every one of us to be wise. Find your heart and open up your eyes. We can all know everything without ever knowing why. It's in every one of us by and by.
Thank you, Stephanie. Stephanie Chang, back with us this morning. Thank you for being here, Stephanie, and sharing your beautiful voice and your spirit with us. We are so blessed to have you with us today, and as always. So I want to share with you that I've had an inspiration recently to compile and probably publish a book of daily inspirational readings. That's sort of come to me that's what I need to be doing and want to be doing. I'm not sure yet what that's going to look like, but that's the inspiration I've gotten. So I've been going back and reading some of my blog posts. I thought maybe there are some nuggets in here that I can draw from and use for this devotional book. I've been blogging pretty much every week now since 2013. It's hard to believe, 7 years I've been doing this on nearly every week pretty consistently. So I have over 350 blog posts, which is pretty incredible for me to realize. So I've been going back and reading some of them. And what I've found, a few things I've found as I've been reading them. One is that some of them are pretty dang good, if I do say so myself. Some of them are like, wow, I don't remember writing that, but I like that. That sounds pretty good. Some of them I go back and read, especially things that I wrote at the beginning or maybe even 3 to 5 years ago. I go back and read them and I think, wow, I don't necessarily believe that anymore. My thoughts have evolved, my beliefs have evolved a little bit since that, and so I would write that differently today. And then some of them I have gone back and read, and I think, wow, I am kind of in the same place today that I was 3 years ago in some ways. And that's sort of disheartening. Have you ever had that idea that why am I continuing to experience this same thing? Why do I keep coming around to this same feeling or same thought or same inspiration? And sometimes I think, wow, David, haven't you got it yet? What's going on with you? Are you just too slow? What's happening? And that's what goes on in my mind as I begin to judge myself about that. And that's not ever helpful. Let me just say that's not ever helpful, to judge yourself about something that is coming up for you again and again and again. And what is helpful for me is to remember that life is not lived in a straight line, that life is a spiral. And we keep coming back around to things, but we come back around to them from a different perspective, from a different place in our own learning, in our own evolution, where we can maybe grasp it at a deeper level and certainly apply it in a different way than we might have when it came around for us previously. At least that's what I am choosing to believe. And what's happening for me, and I've talked about this the last couple of weeks, if you've been listening, I've been talking about this idea of soul, this idea of this energy that is calling me to really step up and step out and to really accept my own, as I was talking about, as I shared in that greeting, my own gifts and talents and the things that I am here to share with the world, and truly accepting that there are people who are ready and who are intended to receive whatever I have to give. And what I believe about that is that is about us waking up to the truth of us, waking up to who we have come here to be. And it's not unique to me, because I believe that is the clarion call right now for all of us to wake up, and to wake up to who we truly are, to wake up to the Christ of us, the light of us, the soul of us, all that we are here to be and to do and to give, because I truly believe that is the salvation for the world. That is the answer to everything that we are dealing with in the world today. And honestly, I believe that because more and more of us are awakening to that Christ light, that is why some of the things are happening in the world, that things are being revealed. Things are being revealed in order to be healed. Things are being revealed in order to be cleansed. And so I want to believe that, and I trust that is what is happening. Because what I believe about us waking up to who we truly are is our understanding in unity of the second coming of the Christ. That as we wake up, each of us begins to wake up, and then we begin to wake up collectively, that we wake up to the Christ that is the truth of us, and as we awaken to that in mass, then we experience the second coming of the Christ upon the earth, and we, together, collectively, bring forth the kingdom of heaven upon the earth. That we are the ones to bring forth that kingdom of peace and love and justice and equality upon the earth. And so, as I said, I believe that is what is calling to all of us, if we are willing to listen. And so I talked about that a couple of weeks ago. I've talked about it the last couple of weeks. Last week I talked about how some things we allow to get in the way of that, some of the things we need to release in order for us to fully accept and live from that Christ awareness, the awareness of our soul, the depth of our being. And so this week I want to talk a little bit about a few things that we might look at developing within us, or somehow that we are to strengthen within us. And so I'm going to talk about a couple of those things, 3 or 4 of those things, actually. So I want to begin with developing within us what I see as self-awareness and self-confidence, but also soul awareness and soul confidence. Because I think they go together. Self-awareness being that aspect of our humanness, that it's important for us to develop within us an awareness of ourselves, of our human selves. Not that we are ever defined by our past or by the experiences that we have or by our upbringing or our religion or any aspect of our humanity. We're not defined by that, but we are very often shaped by that, by who we have known ourselves as, of our past experiences. And we experience life, experience things according to that. That's how we interact with the world around us. And so it's important for us to develop an awareness of that, an awareness of why things impact us, why certain things trigger us, why certain things bring us joy, and why certain things bring us pain, why certain things affect us in the way they do. And it's so important for us to be aware of that. That's part of our growing up process, being aware of how we respond, our feelings and our needs and our desires on the human level. I think that's key to us really expressing who we are. And self-confidence. Again, it's that idea of, yes, I am a human being. I'm a spiritual being having this human experience. And yes, I am here to show up and be all that I can be. And yes, I'm worthy. I'm worthy and deserving of love and belonging, and I'm deserving of respect, and I'm deserving of all of the things that I desire in my human experience. So knowing our own feelings and needs and all of that, and also knowing that whoever we are on this journey, this human journey, that we are valuable and we are worthy. So I think it's important for us to develop that within us. I also think it's so important for us to develop our soul awareness and soul confidence. What I mean by that is there is that aspect of us, as I talked about the Christ of us, the I am of us, the soul of us, that is the eternal aspect of us. That which you have come in here, come down in this environment, in this dimension to express. Your light, your gifts, your talents. And please know that you have gifts and talents. You know, sometimes we think about gifts and talents as being like Martha playing the piano, or Stephanie singing, or somebody doing beautiful art, creating beautiful art. We think about that as gifts and talents. But that's not the only gifts and talents. You come into this life experience with the gift of compassion, or the gift of empathy, or the gift of kindness, or the gift of welcome. There are many different gifts that we all come into this life experience to give and share. And as the reading I shared earlier said, the world is waiting for us to embrace that, to own that, and to accept that we are here and what we have to give and share is important. in the world to transform the world. So that soul awareness and soul confidence to show up fully as that which we are here to be and do, and to do that unapologetically and boldly. Now, I want to say too, I know that we are kind of always doing this dance. We're living this human experience, and we know that we're a soul. We know that we are the light. We know that we are I am. We're always constantly doing this dance. And so it's important for us to recognize that both of those things are happening, that we're living in this human experience, and it's important for us to recognize how that impacts us. But it's also important for us to hang on to the awareness that we are here, and we are here to share. And we're not always going to do it in the way that we would like. I don't want to say we make mistakes, but we're not always going to show up fully in that way. But it's so important for us to keep coming back to that, to develop that within us more and more and more and more, because it is, I believe, again, I'm going to say it over and over and over and over again, I believe that is our salvation, and I believe it is the salvation for the world in which we live. And as we do that, another thing I think it's so important for us to develop is authenticity. Brene Brown, in her book, The Gifts of Imperfection, defines authenticity this way. Authenticity is a collection of choices that we have to make every day. It's about the choice to show up and be real, the choice to be honest, the choice to let our true selves be seen. So authenticity is a series of choices that we make to really let ourselves be known, to let ourselves be seen. And in a similar way to what I was talking about with self-awareness and soul awareness, authenticity also happens on both levels, because it's so important. As again we become self-aware, it's important to be authentically ourselves, because as I said, when we are in touch with or aware of our human selves, the things that go on for us, the things that inspire us, the things that delight us, the things that give us pain, the things that somehow impact us in certain ways, it's important to be aware of that, and it's important to be willing to share that, to be authentically who we are, to share our feelings, to share what's going on with us, with me. Now, I'm not talking about spewing on other people. As I talked about last week, it's so important to let go of being a victim, of blaming anyone or anything for anything that goes on in our lives, to accept our own responsibility to make those choices. So when I'm talking about being authentic in our human selves, I'm talking about sharing our own experience. Sharing, this is how I'm feeling, this is what I'm thinking, this is how this is impacting me. I'm not blaming you for any of that. It's so easy for us to place the blame on that. You made me feel, or if it weren't for you, I would be, or if it weren't for how you act, I would be okay. No, it's about sharing, this is what I'm feeling. It's not about sharing your opinions about somebody else. It's not about trying to make somebody else do what you want them to do. Being authentic is about showing up and being real about your own experience. But being authentic when it comes to our soul awareness and our soul confidence is, as I said, owning those gifts and talents and authentically showing up as who you are and who you have come here to be. And what I know about that is that most of us have suppressed a lot of that because we wanted to fit in. We wanted to fit into our family. We wanted to fit into our culture or our society. We were told that to be fully present as ourselves, our soul selves, was not acceptable. To really shine, that, you're not supposed to shine, you're supposed to be humble. You're not supposed to be proud of yourself, and you're not supposed to be, pride is a sin, right? that's kind of the things that we were taught, to be quiet, to fit in, to do what it is that you need to do to fit in. I know that. I experienced that growing up. You know, I came into this life experience, I believe, as a sensitive, empathic soul. I knew when I came into the world that I was here to help and to heal and to share and to be that presence. And being a sensitive soul in a male body born into the South, into a very Christian, patriarchal culture, somehow did not quite fit in. So I was told that that sensitive self, that empathic self, that healing self was not okay. You need to be a man. You need to be a real boy. You need to play softball, and you need to go hunting, and you need to go fishing, and you need to do all of the things that men do and drink beer and all the things that men are supposed to do. Well, that wasn't me. I tried all of that. And it wasn't me. And so the me that I came in to be got somehow squelched, where I believed that I had to be something other than I truly was in order to fit in. And so I lost touch with that authentic self. I'm guessing I am not alone in that. I'm guessing that many people who are listening to this today have experienced something similar to that. And so what I'm saying is that how important it is for us to reclaim that and to be authentic in that, to really know who we are, to connect with that soul of us and to remember. You know, Jesus said, "Suffer the little children to come unto me. You must become as a child in order to enter the kingdom of heaven." Become as a child, to remember who you were, to remember why you came in. I truly believe when we come into this life experience, we come in knowing, and we come in connected. And unfortunately, very often, we are taught to disconnect from that. So I think it's so important for us to develop that again within us and to be authentic. And believe me, I know it takes courage. It takes developing courage for us to be able to truly be both authentic in our human self and express what's happening for us, and to be authentic in showing up for who we truly are. I love the word courage actually is derived from the Latin cur, which means heart. And the American Sign Language for courage is this: it's like pulling from the heart. It's living from the heart and expressing from the heart. And so when we think about being courageous, it's not about just braving through it, but it's about connecting with our hearts and living our heart connection. And that's so important as we're talking about our soul connection and being authentic, cultivating authenticity. Another thing I think is important for us to cultivate and to develop within us is a spirit of hope and possibility. Because I know when we look out on the world today, very often it doesn't seem like there's a lot to be hopeful about. I understand that. I get that. Sometimes I get into that place of hopelessness. How can this ever change? Will we ever be able to bring forth the kingdom of peace and love and justice and equality for all people? Will we really ever be able to see the manifestation of the kingdom, the consciousness of heaven upon the earth? And so I think it's so important for us to cultivate and develop this spirit of hope, because I believe hope, again, like authenticity, is a choice. That we get to choose to be hopeful. And hope is really, in my way of thinking, a choice to believe that things can be better. A choice to envision that things can change. A choice to believe that I can change. A choice to believe that I can cultivate that soul awareness and that soul confidence. The belief that I can truly be authentically myself. And the choice to believe that as I do that, as I share that with the world, that I am a part of the change. So choosing to be hopeful and to cultivate hope within us, sometimes it's good to look at other people who seem to embody hope, who seem to already be expressing that. And when we look out and see people who are making a difference, people who are living their soul purpose, people who are living from that Christed self, I believe it can also help cultivate and develop hope within us. And that relates to that consciousness of possibility. You know, Scripture tells us that with God, all things are possible. The way I hear that, the way I believe that, I would interpret that is with the awareness, the consciousness of the God that you are, the God that I am, living in us, through us, as we embrace that and we boldly step forward with confidence and assurance, with authenticity and awareness in that soul essence, that all things are possible. Nothing is impossible. It's not impossible for things to change. It is very possible. And so I think it's important for us to truly cultivate that within us so that we can see and we can hold on to this vision of hope and possibility, knowing that we make a difference. Knowing that when we are true to ourselves, when we give our gifts and talents to the world, and as that reading said, there are people waiting to receive it. It may be one person, it may be two people, it may be 100, it may be 1,000, it may be 1,000,000. I don't know. And it's not any of my business. My business and your business is simply to awaken to that within us. And to stand firm in it and be authentically who we are. Because as we do that, we not only heal ourselves, but we heal the world. And I truly believe that those of us, I truly believe, and I will say this, those who are listening to this, those who are tuned into this, those who are aligned to this message are ones who have chosen to come into this dimension right here and right now to be healers for the world. And so that's you, and that's me. And so I invite you to think about ways to cultivate, to develop within you self-awareness, self-confidence, soul awareness, soul confidence, the authenticity to speak your truth, to share who you truly are, and to live authentically your soul vibration, your soul purpose. Because the world needs the hope. And you are the hope. So, I think that's all. So I invite you to take a breath with me. Again, allowing that breath to bring your full attention and awareness into the moment. Into the awareness of that life that is living itself as you right here and right now. To truly become aware of that light, that soul, that essence, spark of the divine that you are. And and that is living as you this moment. And remember, take this opportunity to call to mind a memory of yourself as a beautiful, innocent child who came into this life experience to be a healer, to give the gifts and talents of who you are to the world. Remember a time when you knew that. Remember a time when that was so alive in you. You must become as a little child in order to truly enter that consciousness of the kingdom, consciousness of love, the consciousness of joy. And just allow that to well up within you, that memory, that energy. You may see it as a vision, you may feel it within your body. What does it feel like? What does it look like? What does it sound like? Really allow yourself the experience of that, because that is your soul. That is your divine spark. And know that there are those in the world who are reaching out to you right now to receive what you have to give. And all you have to do is say, yes, here I am. I am here to give. I am here to share. I am here to be one who brings healing light and energy into the world, so truly that the world may be transformed. So truly the kingdom of heaven may reign, the consciousness of heaven may reign upon the earth. And we take just a moment or two in the silence to be with that and to invite whatever comes as you rest, as you be, the silence of your own heart. And just feel your heart open wide. And feel that light extending out from your heart to all those who are intending to receive it. All those who are waiting for you to say, here I am. I stand firm in my knowing, and I show up to be the light that I know I'm here to be in the world. To be the healer I know I'm here to be in the world. And take a breath. Breathing deeply down and through the bottom of your feet, grounding this experience, grounding the feeling right here and right now. Just breathe normally. One by Everyone comes to remember we're healing the world one heart at a time. One by one, everyone comes to remember we're healing one heart at a time. So know that we're healing the world, one heart at a time, your heart and my heart. And as we extend that out, we invite others into that awareness as well. And so it is. So now's the time in our service where you have the opportunity to share, to give from your good, to support this ministry and the work that we do here. And so on your screen there are options for ways that you can give. And I want to say thank you to those of you who continually give and support this ministry. It is very important. I know you love this place and you love this ministry, and it shows. And so thank you so much for that. So I invite you to say with me now our offertory blessing. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all I receive. I am thankful.
I look into the window of my mind, reflections of the fears I know I've left behind. So I step out of the ordinary. I can feel my soul ascending. I'm on my way, can't stop me now, and you can do the same. What have you done today to make you feel proud? It's never too late to try. What have you done today to make you feel proud? You could be so many people if you make that break for freedom. What have you done today to make you feel proud? Still so many answers I don't know. Realize that to question is how we grow. So I step out of the ordinary. I can feel my soul ascending. I'm on my way, can't stop me now, and you can do the same. What have you done today to make you feel proud? It's never too late to try. What have you done today to make you feel proud? Yeah. You could be so many people if you make that break for freedom. What have you done today to make you feel proud? Yeah, we need a change. Yeah, so do it today. Yeah, I can feel my spirit rising. Change, yeah, we need a change, yeah. So do it today, yeah. 'Cause I can see a clear horizon to make you feel proud. Oh yeah. What have you done today to make you feel proud? You could be so many people if you make that break for freedom. What have you done today to make you feel proud? Yeah, yeah, to make you feel proud. Yeah, what have you done? What have you done today to make you feel proud? Oh, we could be so many people if we make that break for freedom. What have you done today to make you feel proud?
Thank you, Stephanie, for that song. I've never heard that song before, but it's beautiful and it's exciting, it's energizing. So thank you for sharing that with us today and bringing it to us. So I invite you now to join me as we say our closing prayer. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and so it is. Amen.
Love can move the world as the moon in the sky moves the sea. Love can cause the wars to cease. Love can move this world to peace. It's a tide that begins with you